Sorry, I couldn't keep a straight face. This is the Shoe0nhead audience. You're all gremlins.
Gremlin? Nah. How about you take them drawn-on eyebrows and draw yourself a map to a job application? You Timu Pokemon looking Sorry, that's kind of mean. Hi, YouTube. My name is Master Scott, and welcome to Is This the Average Male Fantasy? A video by Shoe0nhead.
Men, what do they want? Money? Status? Fast, expensive cars? What is the ultimate male fantasy?
I don't know, to be happy?
Fortune? 3 hot chicks at once? Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
According to men on the internet, it's something a little more simple.
Yeah, just happiness. Whoa, I saw this! This is really, really beautiful. I haven't seen the anime, but I've seen clips. This is honestly gorgeous.
This is literally just a fetish.
Reserve me some baking rights to your finest pardons, but what the f is blood yapping about? Just log off, bro.
I fucking hate men so much. Men are why we can't have nice things.
Oh boy, the average male fantasy.
As I was working on an upcoming video, I made the terrible mistake of logging onto Twitter, where I saw this post. A montage from the anime Josie, the Tiger, and the Fish, a movie about a college student who's assigned to take care of a paraplegic girl, and spoiler, eventually they fall in love.
Is it an anime?
We're yearn posting in the replies of this tweet and talking about how they wish to fall in love and would love a relationship like this, while many others,
literally, me on the internet, I want to be happy.
You are a bad person and should feel bad.
That's you! That's what you sound like!
Women were absolutely fucking disgusted at this. Why would a bunch of men be fantasizing about being with a woman in a wheelchair? Seems pretty creepy and predatory, right? Also just unrealistic and problematic. Well, in this video, we are
Why? Why is it unrealistic to be with someone that's disabled? Play video.
talking about why so many men resonated to that clip and this movie, and why so many people are so confused as to why. We are also
why are people confused?
Tweet
Are you guys aliens? What is happening?
Of why such a wholesome post turned into, once again, another battlefront for the ongoing, never-ending gender war.
That post was. I wouldn't say that was an entirely wholesome post. It definitely was. But the way they phrased it, they were looking for a fight.
Women versus men, the male loneliness epidemic, the female loneliness epidemic, the dealing with dating apps. Do men prefer thin women or curvy women? Brunettes or blondes? Do women like dad bods or fit men? Do they like beards or...
That's just... You can't generalize, like, people into a category. Everyone likes different things. Some like fat, some like skinny, some like blonde, some like brunette, some like batshit insane, and some like perfectly normal.
Clean shaven. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Let's quickly get into today's sponsor, Henson Shaving.
Tolerate it! Guys, tolerate it! We can tolerate it! You get that bag, Shoe0nhead.
On the first wear was just a part of being a human woman. We just accepted that.
She looks really cool with glasses, actually.
Sweetie. But that shouldn't be how it is. It's a bad design. And that's why I like Henson Shaving. Because if
wow! That looks like an anal probe.
You're probably sick of the irritation, the razor burn, the overpriced blades, and you probably think that's just the way it
overpriced
is.
blades.
But it doesn't have to be how
a razor blade's like what? $1?
Henson Shaving
$2?
is on a mission to improve shaving. With no gimmicky subscriptions or moisturizing strips, but with real innovation and a focus on your skin's health. What really sets Henson apart is their engineering, with their Henson AL13 safety razor being manufactured in an aerospace machine shop that built parts for the International Space Station. This precision
bro, it's not that deep. It's a
allows the blade to extend just 1/1000th of an inch beyond the shave plane, less than the thickness of a human hair. The razor prevents any bouncing or skipping, resulting in an irritation-free shave every time. And here's the best part. Once you invest in a Henson razor, it's a lifetime purchase. The only thing you'll need to replace are the blades, which literally cost only 10 cents each. So once you own the razor, you'll be spending like $3 to $5
if the blades aren't shaped like shurikens, then I'm not convinced.
Compared to the ongoing cost of buying expensive...
Nice try, capitalism.
Haha! A variety of colors and even a titanium version, so you can pick
Love seen broke-ass
style. So if you're tired of razor burn and overpaying for blades, now is the perfect time to make the switch. Just head over to hensonshaving.com/shoe and add both a Henson razor and the 100 blades to your
$100?
shoe at checkout.
$100
with your purchase.
$90.
And your environment will thank you. Big thanks to Henson Razor for sponsoring this video.
For that price, I expect Henson to come down to my house and shave me myself. Blah, 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 blah.
For not skipping the ad. You didn't skip the ad, right?
I would
now,
never.
Let's get back to the video.
You get that bag.
Now, I am not an anime connoisseur. In fact, I basically know nothing about anime. I am probably
I watch Naruto.
the poorest of all the
I watch too much Naruto.
Yeah, hi. I have a question. Was the
She looks like Jen Animations, doesn't she? Or is it just me? Look at this face I posted on. I'm so sorry.
skirt shot necessary in order to advance the plot? I watched
fan
Pokemon
service.
Sailor Moon when I was a kid, and a few years ago I watched Beastars on Netflix.
Hashtag not a furry.
Boy. Not a furry, by the way. And honestly, that's about it for my anime consumption. Unless you're counting VTubers. If you're counting VTubers, I watch a lot of anime. But because of this,
The VTuber I watch the most is probably myself.
The Fish, and well, I thought it was a good movie. I recommend watching it. I thought it was a really cute, good story. I only cried a little bit. And I completely understood what the tweet meant by calling it the average male fantasy. So, what was wrong with it? Why did this clip go so viral in such a negative way? Why were thousands of people angry at this post? Well, let us dilly-dally no longer and read some of these angry replies to get a better understanding of what the issue is, shall we?
Drink the monster.
Male fantasy, and it's fetishizing a disabled girl for him to control. Oh.
Who is leaving these comments? It has to be like a cat. A human being did not just write that.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh god. Why? Always vulnerable, always happy, always needs you. Pretty perverted. Where are these fan fictions coming from?
God.
Like hundreds of tweets just like this. Why did they see a cute montage of a happy couple, a man and a woman happy, together? I know, unheard of. Why did they see that and then immediately come to these conclusions? Like, as someone who actually...
I don't know why people are so negative all the time. You see someone happy and you mean like, wow, that guy must be a horrible person.
Actually watched the movie, Josie is not
You don't know.
always happy.
The disabled person could be the bad guy.
As some, like, vulnerable...
Maybe she has some gorilla strength and could kick your ass.
Boisterous.
You don't
She
know.
kind of has a foul mouth. She's very sassy and headstrong. She like straight up calls him her servant. But she was also very depressed. She basically never left her house. She was basically a girl failure. As a former girl failure, I love to see representation in media. But they actually show her disability, like, not in a good way. Like, they don't romanticize it, they don't sugarcoat it. And I noticed, unlike a lot
How
of
do you
movies, unlike
romanticize
movies,
not being
like,
able to
the Hallmark
walk?
kind, where it's like the stuffy male lead learning to live life from the quirky, cute female lead? He's already got his shit together, and she learns to live life from him. He encourages her to live her dreams, and in return, he learns to live life in a completely different way. And I thought that was really cool and sweet.
That actually sounds really nice.
Really good. Is
Shoe0nhead, I can't help but notice you've had that monster out for like 3 out of 5 shots so far, and you have yet to take a sip from it. I'm beginning to think that can is empty. Don't you lie to me, Shoe0nhead. I know there's nothing in that can.
Have I been sleeping on anime this entire time? His fantasy is that she becomes permanently disabled and helplessly dependent on him, but can still make him a sandwich. Sounds about right. Oh my god, after watching the movie, these tweets are even more insane. But even putting the movie aside...
I don't think I would ever ask someone to make me a sandwich. I can make my own sandwiches. I'd prefer to, because I'm pretty handy.
Out of context, where the fuck are they getting this?
I got good hands.
Very clearly just 2 happy people. But because the caption was the average male fantasy, their mind immediately goes to the darkest, worst faith interpretation of this.
It's always so negative.
They can't see any humanity in men. They can't see any humanity in humanity in general.
Stop being so nihilistic. Have some optimism, you pansy.
Average male fantasy equals girlfriend with no agency who's completely physically dependent on you and forced into blanket subservience and compliance.
Oh my god.
Sounds about right. You males are weird for fetishizing physically disabled women. Average male fantasy is having a physically disabled girl that they can abuse however they want. Got it.
And you just know that the people leaving these comments are like the kind of people where the moment they're around someone that's attractive, they start acting all shy and vulnerable and all that kind of stuff. You just know it. It's always the case.
Guy, I'm gonna be that guy. The infantilization of the physically disabled here is a little, dare I say, ableist? The implication here that people in wheelchairs cannot find love, and if they do, the person who loves them literally just loves them because they can't run away. Weird.
That's so
Average
dumb.
Men can't even be nice to their healthy and normal girlfriend. What makes you think they'll be able to handle disabled person as their lover? Whoa. Normal?
Why are we treating someone who's disabled like they are some kind of weird urubu alien? They're just like you and I. What? Shoe0nhead. You need to drink from that can. You've had that can for like 6 shots now. You need to take a sip of that monster energy.
What do you mean by normal?
Drink the energy.
Can you believe it?
Wow.
Chat? I don't even live stream. Who's chat? I'm disabled, blind. So I showed this to my boyfriend. He says, I love you because you're you.
Wait. So hang on. Something ain't right. You are blind. You see the problem here. How did you type the tweet if you're blind?
Happier. So what if I have to drive you places or help you with cooking and cleaning? I would have done that anyway. Disability has nothing to do with it. I love you. Ma'am, I don't know how to tell you this, but, your boyfriend is a rapist. Sorry you had to find out this way. You show this as fantasy because it's not true for the majority of men who participate in abuse of disabled people. No, the fantasy is the woman appreciates his efforts to make her happy. Stop lying and abusing women and the disabled.
Who? The copium! It's ridiculous.
Your meds, schizo. You don't even know that fucking guy. What do you mean stop abusing women and the disabled? Bitch, who are you? Also, the majority of men...
Bro think he's on a team.
Disabled people. Are you okay? The majority of men are not abusers. That is a very, very small minority of men. The majority of men are men that just wake up, take a shit, get out of bed, take a shower, go to work, come home, and wait for GTA 6 to come out.
Yeah!
Is the majority.
Yeah!
95% of all rape, but okay. Barging into the romance section of Barnes & Noble like, attention everyone! Rape!
I can clearly tell that the people who are leaving these comments are clearly people who's not in the right state of mind. They were hurt by someone. Clearly, they were hurt by someone, and now they started generalizing as a way to cope with that pain. Well, newsflash. Don't judge future encounters on your own preconceived notions. Don't depart past experiences onto future people you meet. That's horrible. It's a horrible way to live.
Where is that coming from? So close, this is fetish content.
Oh my
yes,
god.
The dirtiest, most taboo of all fetishes. A happy relationship. Honestly, in 2025, that might be true. Oh, you want a wife and kids? You sick f***. But this is literally just a perverted fantasy, LMAO. You think it's a perverted fantasy because... How do I put this nicely? You are a pervert. Literally.
Deadass. Literally deadass. People who always like talk about fandoms or something like that, and they're like, oh, too bad this game has that kind of fandom, with all the perverted stuff. The only way for you to find the perverted stuff is to go out of your way and look for it. So by calling a fandom or something perverted, you are actively outing yourself as a pervert. You can enjoy things and not interact with the fan base. I recommend it. I do it all the time. It's freaking amazing. It's much better than sex. And if I know anything, if there's one thing that I know as a VTuber and animator on YouTube, it's sex. Anyway, sex!
of a male and female character having fun together, being in love together.
It's just sad, is what it is.
He's a rapist. This is a fetish. Are these people okay? Stop watching porn. Wait, this is a woman. Okay, stop reading Taken by the Werewolf Billionaire. Or whatever the fuck you read. I swear to God, some of the shit women read would make the most depraved internet gooner blush.
Drink the energy.
Or so I've been told. This is literally just a fetish. Okay, listen, I'm not gonna pretend there's nobody out there who's like, she can't run away, she has no legs.
Well, don't get me wrong, yeah. There's definitely someone out there. There always is someone out there. But do we have to treat everyone like they are that one person? I don't think so.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend there's nobody out there who's a crippled fetish, okay? I've been on the internet for 20 years. I've been on DeviantArt. I've seen shit you wouldn't believe. But the majority of people, probably most, if not all the people responding to this, do not have a cripple fetish, okay? In fact, her being in a wheelchair basically has nothing to do with it. Much like how females coom over, like, vampires or, like I said before, the billionaire werewolf fantasy. This is just the...
The what? The billionaire werewolf fantasy? What the frick is that?
Average male fantasy distilled down to its most extreme. So what is the average male fantasy? The average male fantasy is the fantasy of both men and women alike. It is simply to love and to be loved. But
yes! We've oh my god, 2025, we have finally reached it. This is peak. We have finally understood what everyone has understood for many years. Congratulations, internet. I hate you all. I'm kidding.
Specifically, the male fantasy is to be a protector and a provider for those
that literally
that they love. Put a pin in this because we are going to come back to this in a big way. Trust me. The average male fantasy is being a globally known terrorist. The average male fantasy is that a woman who isn't fat. The average male fantasy is actually job security. You know what? These guys may have a point here. Pedophile alert.
Job security. What?
Men want disabled child wives. Average male fantasy is a disabled child. More proof that men are pedos. That's a little girl. This is weird.
Oh my god.
So first of all, she's literally older than the guy. The guy is 22 and she is 24. In anime years, he is practically hag maxing.
Hey, he's the same age as me.
Physically disabled. But aren't all men mentally disabled in their own special way? At least
No. I hate that mindset of like, oh, I'm just a little quirky. You know, I have autism. I just have a little bit of autism. I have a little bit of ADHD. No! Autism, ADHD is a serial mental disability. Stop treating it as a quirk. I will slap you.
one's in my audience. They will freely admit this. Maybe she, the older woman, is taking advantage of this sensitive young man. Have you ever thought of that? She looks like an 11-year-old child. Where are her breasts? First of all, really weird way to say that.
Well, okay. They have a point, but like, why? They cannot have that, you know, that is possible. Good, okay.
She looks like a child. Show me her titties. Also, I love how, like, when anime women have huge boobs, it's disgusting, Coomer porn brain or whatever. But if the anime woman has small boobs, she is a child and you're a chimo. Can't fucking win. Also, if she had big boobs, they'd absolutely be like, wow, look at this sexualization.
Literally, it's the exact same people.
Adult women can be flat-chested, right? Like, that actually exists in real life.
Yeah, like her. That, I shouldn't have said that. That wasn't a dig. That was like an example. Shoe0nhead, if you see this, I am so sorry for saying that. That was really uncalled for.
Like, adult human women can have small boobs. We love all titties here on the Shoe0nhead channel.
Yes, we do. Drink the goddamn monster energy.
All titties is good titties. End of story. Women fantasy. A boyfriend with depth and the loving, soft, deeply caring side of them. Men's fantasy. 12-year-old anime girl who looks and speaks like a toddler. Also notice how she's literally the shape and size of a child. Yuck. Have you people ever seen a child? No. You're all childless. Silly me. She's not even that short. She's just sitting. See, like when they're laying side by side, she's like a full-grown adult woman. What?
I don't. Have you seen what a grown-up looks like? Like someone in their 20s. They don't look that different from someone in their 18s. And I'm saying it as someone who looks really, really young. I look like I'm fucking 17. I look really young.
Why do these people look at this and immediately think of child rape? Go to therapy. And listen, I know with
Worse, go to jail.
Weird, right? Like, excuse me, Poo Poo Pee Pee Chan is 2,000 years old, and this is Poo Poo Pee Pee Chan. But this does not even look like a child. This looks like a cute woman. This is like a random rant, but I feel like there are no more cute women nowadays. You know what I mean? You have all like the Insta baddies, the e-thoughts, the e-girls, the muscle mommies, the boss babe.
I have literally... I use the internet a decent amount, and I'm someone who's not like prone to Goonabait. So I have never seen any of this. I've seen quite the opposite. I've seen a lot of cute people, so to speak.
Babes. The boy babes. But I feel like every woman is just hot
Pause. Ayo, pause.
now. Which, by the way, I don't think is healthy for the male psyche whatsoever. You shouldn't wake up and be able to scroll through pictures of, like, the hottest woman you've ever seen in your life, like, 20 times before you've had, like, your morning cup of coffee. You shouldn't log in and immediately be one-shotted by 10 tens all day, as if that wouldn't make you go insane.
I mean, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What I consider to be attractive probably is like a 6 out of 10 for everyone else out there.
As if that wouldn't make you crash out. Like back in the day, you'd probably see like one fine dame on your bus ride to work, and you'd think about her for 40 years until the day you die. That's how it used to be. That's how it should be. Now
Ooh,
crazy.
I can't remember what I had for breakfast.
Instagram goddess with the fattest of ass. Zoomers don't know how good we had it. You'd go to Blockbuster.
Drink the Monster Energy. Drink it.
And the 21-year-old cashier behind the counter would be the most adorable woman you've ever seen. No Botox, no lip filler, just a pure soul, full of joy and whimsy. And now women are full of hate and SSRIs. But they're hot. They're hotter than they've ever been. They're hotter and more depressed than they've ever been in history. Sad.
Are they?
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, anime.
Are we?
My Vivans today, could you tell? Men's fantasy. A big titty woman with the face of a 16-year-old that is useful for cooking, cleaning, and sex.
I feel like anime is responsible for that perception. Because most people that I know, well, this is coming from someone who lives in a third world country. Most people don't want a big titty goth GF. They just want someone average. I mean, it's not like they would say no to that, but like, it's this weird brain, this weird idea people have put into people's heads. Not everyone wants the same thing.
Women's fantasy. Gets treated like a queen and a man who keeps tracks of our periods so he can take care of us. I think I speak for a lot of women here when I say our fantasies do not, in fact, include men tracking our periods. Personally, if my husband was like, honey, just a reminder, you're in your luteal phase, I'm taking the kids. I like to pretend they want this, and then they beat their wife when dinner isn't ready or their son when he's misbehaving.
Bro, just order Uber Eats. What is with this mindset of women have to be in the kitchen 24/7? Stop! Stop it! Stop! Go do something better with your time. You can order food. Go out. Stop it!
First of all, I'm sorry.
Get some Pringles. I don't know, man.
Good men out there. I've seen them. Some may be in this very audience. Sorry, I couldn't keep a straight face. This is the Shoe0nhead audience. You're all gremlins.
Gremlin? Nah. How about you take them drawn-on eyebrows and draw yourself a map to a job application? You Timu Pokemon looking Sorry, that was a bit mean.
Male fantasy equals a woman that can't run away from him. A woman that's dependent on him. Interesting. When men are involved, it's basic survival instinct to assume the worst.
No, it's not. It's really not.
You know what? I take my opinions back on free speech. I changed my mind. No more free speech. No more free speech until you...
America!
A woman's fantasy is a man who won't rape her, and a man's fantasy is...
The thing with free speech is... people like to abuse free speech. Yes, you have free speech, but you have the responsibility to speech properly, to do research, to understand the situation. Free speech comes with responsibility. Who would have guessed?
Is raping a woman. I'm sorry.
I failed to see any fucks given.
Where is the rape, ma'am? Maybe that's how you see it, because you're brainwashed to hate men. So true. I hate how... But in reality, women are the real demons here. Oh, god damn it. We just want a happy relationship.
Also, that's also not true.
To ask for?
Stop generalizing people!
Yes, it is. Oh look, more misogynistic gooner fantasy slop written by misogynistic gooner men. This is what—
Verified Twitter blue paid user or opinion invalidated. Get out of here.
70% of anime is garbage. So, here's the thing, that, misogynistic gooner fantasy slop written by misogynistic gooner men was actually written by Saiko Tanabe. A woman. A woman.
What a surprise. A beautiful piece of artwork was written by a woman. Wow, what a surprise. It's almost as if women can also write. It's all— What? No, that can't be— Shut the fuck up. Man, I hate the internet sometimes.
Wrote this story. And I feel like a very important detail everyone is sleeping on when they covered this was the fact that this is very much the female fantasy as well. A man loving you for who you are despite your flaws, literally sweeping you off your feet and carrying you around on adventures, helping you live out your dreams, face your fears, and supporting you through the good and bad times. You're going to sit here and tell me that's not the female fantasy too? Is this not the basic female fantasy? Is this not the knight in shining armor coming to rescue you and falling in love with you? Why on earth are so many women so mad at this? Are men now the hopeless romantics?
It's cause they are, like I've said, these are clearly people who are not in the right state of— Why is this video by 4x3? I just noticed they are black bars. Anyway, like I've said, this is obviously people who are not in their right state of mind. They were hurt by someone, and now they just assume all guys are bad.
Are men now the ones yearning for a fairy tale romance? Is this why all the Disney remakes are like, she's not gonna be saved by the prince, she's a strong, independent woman? Meanwhile, men still want to be the prince, men still want to be the knight in shining armor. Men are like, I will save you from your monotonous 9-to-5 job. I will give you a house and babies. And women are like, no, I must be an actuarial consultant. Be gone, vile misogynist.
Stay back! I choose to work at McDonald's!
Is that what is occurring here? Also, that aside, there literally is a gender-swapped version of this story called Perfect World. It is a manga. Mango? Oh, no.
Did you just call manga mango? Guys, I think it's time we cancel Shoe0nhead on Twitter. I think it's time we end Shoe0nhead. I think it's time we put bomb on head. Haha!
Do not come for me, weebs. Men will statistically leave
Get
their
her!
wives and partners the moment they find out they're disabled or have a life-threatening condition. You're right, it is a fantasy. Actually, that study was debunked by the authors themselves, who admitted they did the math wrong. It's actually not much higher, but then again, even if it was, and it happens, I've seen it happen to people, it's terrible. Marriage should be through sickness and through health, but that's not really the point here. And the fact that so many people are focusing on the wheelchair part of this just proves that they just don't get it. The ones of pure mind and pure soul get it. But these fucking semen demons out here, they don't get it. But not all semen demons. The amount of people in who just don't get that men want a cute, loving girlfriend is beyond me. They call them creeps for wanting actual love and not a girl boss who only wants your money. Ah, thank you, a sane person. Hopefully the replies aren't full of people calling her a pick-me. Pick-me alert, least obvious pick-me. Me, pick-me please.
What can someone enlighten me? What is a pick-me? I am not familiar with that term.
Please, hope he picks you, sis. Pick me. An incel could have written this. Fuck. Why are so many VTubers either pick-me's or racists? You mean why do so many—
Hey now, why am I catching strays? What did I do? I'm just a pacifier.
Female VTubers disagree with you? Why so many aren't towing the mainstream liberal feminist NPC line? Because they can. See, the most powerful weapon women have against other women is social ostracization. You don't want to be seen as a pick-me or a racist, so you keep your mouth shut in order to survive in female social circles. But in the cases of VTubers, virtual YouTubers, they're basically anonymous. They can say anything they want. They're basically wearing a mask. They're free from the chains of the eternal HR law.
Correct. I can say anything I want. I can say the N-word. I have the pass. And no one can stop me. I'll say it right now.
House. But apparently, even being anonymous online,
The power of wearing a mask.
will get doxxed for.
No, that's not true. Even with a VTuber mask on, I would say that your word still has weight to them, and you can't just get away with being like a misogynistic douchebag. You still have to be respectful, no matter what kind of mask you're wearing. The mask isn't like a criminal mask. It's just to protect identities. And I don't even wear my VTuber model as a way of protecting my identity. I won't show my face on the internet. It's just I don't like the way I look. So I'm not comfortable with that. And I'm also not comfortable with people judging me on the internet.
Simply not hating men. Lovely. Maybe I should save this rant for
Drink the goddamn monster!
moving on.
Men are why we can't have nice things, by the way.
First of all, men make all the things.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. You literally just spoke of this anime, this person who created the anime was a woman. What do you mean?
Thank you.
Bad.
Thank you. Also, I just realized it was a man saying that. It was a whole-ass man saying men are why we can't have nice things. I don't deserve this trophy. This is for you, sir. This is for you. I'm not worthy. Listen, I make women jokes. I'm very critical of feminism and propaganda aimed at women.
The thing is, it's not men or women are the reasons we can't have nice things. It's people are the reason we can't have nice things. Because people are their own worst enemy.
You will never catch me in a million years saying some shit like women are why we can't have nice things. I have a mom, I have female family members, I have female friends, maybe one day I'll have a daughter. Women make the world a beautiful place and, like men, can be flawed and deserve criticism, like anyone else. But there is something genuinely so cucked about people who put down their own gender or race. Oh god, race. Self-hating white people.
Oh no.
Don't get me started on self-hating white people. White people are so evil. I hate being white. White people can't dance. White people food is so gross. You're not getting into Wakanda, bro. You're not getting invited to the cookout. Enough.
You're not getting into Wakanda forever! Get this harlot out of here!
But yeah,
Get this vanilla cream ass!
with this, there were a lot of men who didn't quite relate to this being the average male fantasy.
It's fine to love the disabled. I didn't need to remind you that. But to glorify it, this anime is certainly Marxist propaganda. The movie is about him taking a job as her caretaker, and when he learns of her dreams, he makes it his mission to help her dreams come true. So
what is her
Marxist
dreams?
propaganda
What does
to
she
help a
want?
disabled person pursue their dreams? Yeah, it's woven in. Empathy is the target of propaganda.
Marxism is when girl in wheelchair. I love this. Empathy is the target of propaganda. Every piece of media that makes you feel empathy is communism.
Yeah, why we're treating it like it's some kind of conspiracy? It's just a nice piece of art. Why?
Political brain rot. If you're at the point where you see this and you're thinking of communism, you need to log off.
Log off, bro.
I'm sorry, but when I reproduce, I don't want a high probability of my offspring being mentally or physically retarded.
Okay. Credit is due, or credit is due. Yes, most people doesn't want someone who is mentally or physically I don't know if I can say that word. Inept. We need a better class of incels whose bar is higher than the... Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's all I'm gonna say there. I'm not gonna say anything else.
We need a better class of incels whose bar is higher than the retarded.
She's not retarded, she has a spinal injury that's not genetic. Also, what is this LARP? I love how everyone is just kind of having like a normal conversation about this clip, and this guy just comes out of nowhere like, I would never put my pure white seed in such a vile creature. Like, you absolutely know this guy has a non-white girlfriend. They all do, all these like, I hate white people women always have white boyfriends. All these, I hate non-white people boys always have non-white girlfriends. I don't know what it is, but I've seen it too many times. I guarantee.
That's just racism, is it not? That sounds like racism with extra steps. Am I missing something? That's exactly what that sounds like.
I guarantee you when this man logs off of his Black Sun Roman statue Twitter account, he's clapping Latina booty cheeks.
My fantasy is not being a simp, but
You
okay.
said there'd be Latinas here.
Simping to love a woman.
Nah, this is not the male fantasy.
Fellas, is it gay? Is it gay to have money? You're literally holding pictures of another dude. Fellas, is it gay to breathe? You're literally inhaling dick particles. Fellas, is it?
That man is a beta male. If she wasn't in a wheelchair, she would leave him for Chad.
Fellas, is it beta to love a woman?
This is not my fantasy. This is some gay shit, to be honest.
Fellas, is it gay
What?
to love a woman?
What no pussy does to a motherfucker.
Brother, I've seen what pussy does to a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a killer response. That's such a killer. You come up, Shoe0nhead. That's such an amazing response to that.
Worse. The average male fantasy is taking care of their crippled wife. I don't think I've ever had that fantasy before. I thought it was gonna be about going on some quest to kill the dragon to win the princess or something.
It is. That is the average male fantasy. But there are no dragons to slay. There are no princesses to save. But there is that little old lady in the grocery store who can't quite reach that top shelf. There's that heavy box the pretty girl you work with can't quite lift herself. There's that jar of tomato sauce your wife can't quite open. There's that Lego set your little son can't quite lift.
I don't know if it's just me, but I would consider myself decently strong. I rip off door handles because I'm dumb. But why are jars like so difficult to open? Like women and mothers have like some kind of mythical power to open jars. I don't understand it, but I would struggle with those things. At some points, I would like to just smack it over my head. I'm like, I will eat my pickles like this. Curse you, jar manufacturers. Deadass mothers and like certain women have just like some kind of mythical power to open jars. It's ridiculous.
Together himself. Or there is this paraplegic girl who wants to see the ocean. This is the Princess and the Dragon story. And despite what many are told, men do have a lot of love to give. And they want some kind of excuse or mechanism to show that love. In a world where men expressing themselves is either seen as toxic or gay. And one way of expressing that love is...
As someone who would consider themselves to be... Excuse me. Would consider themselves to be more expressive because I like to share my experiences. Nah, actually, no, I take it back. No. People have thought that many people have thought that I'm flirting to them when I talk to them naturally. And I wouldn't say it's because I'm expressive. I would just say it's because of the way I talk. So people just think I'm flirting with them. I'm not! I'm just... calm down! I'm just talking to you! Relax!
Is solving problems. Men fucking love solving problems. I don't know what it is. They also love reading Wikipedia articles. The amount of times I walked
Who
up to my
doesn't?
husband is reading a random fucking Wikipedia article about like the world's tallest buildings or like a random battle in World War II. I didn't know if this was autism or what, but apparently it's a man thing. Anyway,
It's probably
men love
ADHD.
solving problems. And in a world that makes them feel useless, makes them feel like they have no purpose, men desperately feel like they need to prove their worth. They are desperately looking for a purpose in life. So
Honestly, the way I dealt with that is, I don't have a purpose. I don't prove myself to anyone other than myself. I am my own person that I need to appease or show that I can do something. And I think that's, I don't want to say it's like egotistical. It's definitely a bit on the edgier side, but like, that way, you kind of set yourself up to make sure you love yourself before you could love anyone else. So you learn to live and love and protect and just look after yourself the way you're supposed to. And once you do that, when you meet someone, you can teach them what you know. And then together, you can both be self-sufficient and happy together. But, you know, that's just my 2 cents. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know everything. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me.
So it is not at all shocking to me that the modern young man is seeing a clip like this and longing for this. A lot of modern men don't have a chance to prove themselves, to make something of their lives. They don't have a chance to provide anything for anyone because they don't have anything to provide and they don't have anyone. They are doing everything their grandfathers did, but seeing none of the results. They're lost. What can they provide? And as I said earlier, her being in a wheelchair is the protector and provider instinct taken to a extreme. And yes, it is a fantasy considering if you ask anyone who's actually in a wheelchair, they know it's not all butterflies and rainbows, and they know that it's hard on relationships. It can be difficult on their partner. But just like in the movie, it's not shown as butterflies and rainbows. Josie feels like a burden. But towards the end of the movie, the guy takes on that burden. Not because he gets something in return, but because it's his duty, because it makes her happy, which makes...
One of my happiest relationships I've ever been a part of was when I was in a dark place, and the person I was seeing was also in a dark place, and because we couldn't handle each other's because we couldn't handle our own burdens, we then instead reached out to help each other, lift each other's burdens, and we literally became inseparable.
Him happy in return. Loyalty, duty, virtue.
I'm not talking about Cat, by the way.
Men live for that shit. And yes, these are stereotypes. Not everyone fits into these boxes, blah, 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 blah. But for the most part, it's true. When many men look at this relationship, that is what they see. And a lot of modern women are looking at this relationship and being disgusted because, in a way, it's the complete inverse of the strong, independent woman they've been sold. They've been told they need to be. The modern woman crafted by modern Disney for modern audiences. Unlike the Hollywood-crafted modern woman, this woman does need her man. She is not strong and she's not independent, at least physically. This doesn't mean she's like an empty vessel with no thoughts or freedom. No, in fact, in the movie, Josie does roll away from him a few times. It is a fantasy not because of a power imbalance, but because the man has a tangible purpose, and the woman is willingly and lovingly letting him fulfill that purpose.
Because I can depend on you. I know that if I ever feel frightened, I can just reach out to you.
Men simply want something good to die for, to make it beautiful to live. This manifests in a lot of ways, but the most common is having a loving partner and...
I think that applies to everyone. Wouldn't everyone want something to die for? To make life worth living? I don't think it just applies to guys, I think it applies to everyone.
Or a family. Something unobtainable.
Because living without that reason to keep you going, as someone who's spent majority of his life living like that, it's one of the worst things I've ever experienced, and I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. It's absolutely a nightmare. It's like you are living an actual nightmare that just won't end. Every day you go to sleep, the nightmare ends, and you wake up back in the nightmare.
To many people nowadays. So yes, literally one of the most normal things ever is becoming a fantasy. Sad. Also, men will deny this, but they absolutely have a biological clock. It may not hit in your teens or your 20s, but one day you're going to have a dream. You have a little daughter making you pancakes with your wife in the morning, and you're not going to be able to get it out of your head. And that is the male biological clock. Everything you do, the money you make working that grating 9-to-5 job, it will all be for something bigger and more important than yourself one day. You will come home to a warm and happy home, greeted by people who care about you, and love you, and rely on you, and everything will make sense then.
While I don't necessarily agree with that, I do think that's an okay way to live. That's an okay way to think. I'm not going to sit here and be like, no, you can't. No, you can live any way that makes you tick.
Until then, you'll just be on the internet, being called a misogynist, for wanting something bigger and more important than yourself, for wanting something beautiful and normal. And that is the average male fantasy. That, and 3 hot chicks at once. Hell yeah, brother!
Yeah, let's go!
That little video. Men in the comments, let me know. Am I correct? Is that the average male fantasy? Or is it not that deep? Men and women.
I would just say it's not that deep. For me personally, it's just to be happy, to be fulfilled. And that comes in various different ways. It doesn't always need to be in a relationship or having kids or being a billionaire. Everyone has their own little things that makes them happy.
In the comments, what is your fantasy? And no, I don't mean that. I don't want to hear about how you want to be crushed by a 12-foot futa. That is between you and God, not you and Shoe0nhead. I mean, what is your ultimate dream? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want a nice big family one day? Do you want to own a farm? Do you want to live in a shed in the woods and make pipe bombs? Let me know in the comments and I will see you.
Damn, that's amazing! What would my ultimate fantasy be? I don't know, I can't say for sure, because current me and future me might want very different things, so I really can't say what I would want one day. Did I just ruin my recording? No, I didn't. Okay, good. Thank you so much for watching. That was Shoe0nhead. I actually really enjoy her videos. She gives such a different, yeah, let's go with that, a different view on how people think and how their mind works. Which is always very interesting. And remember, don't harass these kind of people. It's not their fault. They don't know any better. And they will. We will teach them. We will teach them the correct ways. But seriously, don't harass them. Please, Jesus, you're not helping anyone. But yeah, that was Shoe0nhead. I really love her videos. So if you'd like to see any more Shoe0nhead videos, let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hi. If you like this video, then please be sure to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. We also stream every Friday on Twitch at twitch.tv/themastersky. Or if you really love me, wink wink, then come support us on Patreon at patreon.com/mastersky to stay up to date with all of our new projects. And we also have a Discord server. We're looking for new members, so come say hey. Looking forward to seeing you there. Bye bye.